Okay, so today's video, I've decided to make my own sauerkraut because sauerkraut can be quite expensive. The way I eat it anyway, I eat it on a daily basis before my meals, and it's acts as a probiotic. It's very good for the digestive system and so on. But I found myself buying tons of this stuff, so I said, let me try to make it myself. So I read some books and watched some videos and so on, and try to do this myself. So what I basically took about a 3-pound head of cabbage and cut it up, shredded it up, put some shredded carrots in there and some peppers, and the ratio is probably about 3 tablespoons of salt to about 3 or 4 pounds of cabbage. So that's basically what I did here. This is my first time doing this, so we'll see how it works. So basically, when you put it in there, I just put it into a container like this, or you can use a bucket or whatever you want to do. And what you do is you just throw the cabbage in here, add the salt, and then start squeezing it out. And what's eventually going to happen is that this will turn to a liquid. A lot of water will come out of the cabbage, okay? And I've already been working on this thing for about 10 minutes already, and it's really getting liquefied here, okay? And I mean, the pile was up over top of the container, and you can see where it is at this point. So it's really liquefying quite a bit. So let me just come back. I'm going to put this thing on stop for a second, and you'll see what it looks like in a few minutes. Okay, I'm back. So as you can see, I've made a mess. Okay, I have everything all over my hands and all over the table. I should have put down some sort of butcher block here, but I didn't do that. So I made a mess. Okay, so I have to clean up now. Okay, but before I start cleaning, I'll have to show you. Okay, I did mash up all my cabbage, okay, and it created a liquid. Okay, I have put it already in my masonry jar. You can use any type of jar, but you notice that the liquid is at the top. So I really shoved the cabbage all the way down inside into the jar, nice and tight, and it forced the liquid to rise. So now the liquid is basically covering the water from the cabbage itself, is actually covering the cabbage itself. So it's submerged down, and it's very, very important that all the cabbage is beneath the surface of the water. Otherwise, you're going to have some fuzzy mold growing at the top of this, which you don't want to happen, because then you're going to have to toss it, and all this work is down the tube. So basically, the sauerkraut that I normally get is probably about 10 bucks a jar or 11 bucks a jar. So I made this for basically 2 bucks a jar, and so it cost me $2 of cabbage and an arm workout, basically. Okay, so, and it took me about 10 minutes to do this. And I'm going to put this, I have a little trick here to keep the cabbage from floating to the top. What I did is I put some water in a Ziploc bag, and I use this as a weight, and I put that inside the jar, okay, and that will keep the cabbage submerged, okay, in the jar, okay, and then I'll place the lid on, okay, as you can see here. And the fermentation process can take anywhere between 4 or 5 weeks, basically. The longer it sits, the more intense the flavor will be. So you can't really mess this up unless you don't keep the cabbage down below the surface of the water. Then you're gonna have some sort of mold problem. So basically, that's it. And we're gonna see what this looks like in a future video. I'll post it, and I'll post myself eating it also. So that should be something to look forward to. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed this thing. Try it. This stuff is very, very healthy for you. I normally eat sauerkraut like maybe about an hour or so before my meal, just to kind of prepare my stomach. You can also sprinkle it on salads. It's a very good probiotic, like the kombucha tea and that type of thing. It's good for digestion. And what's also nice about making this yourself, besides just saving the money, is that you know what's in it. Okay, you're not relying on some ingredient label. I know what's in this. It's just cabbage, organic cabbage I bought actually, and that's it. That's all I used, and sea salt, and that's about it. So I know what's in this, so I feel safe eating it. Okay, and that's it. We'll see you later. Rock on, baby.